and welcome. We have Dr. Arun Kumar Patnaik in our studio. He is a faculty member of Department of Political Science from University of Hyderabad. His focus area is political theory, governance and public policy. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Uh, Berhampur University is organizing 3-day international conference. How is your impression about the university?
I came to university for also purpose of teaching. Class there is a MOU signed between Berhampur University and Hyderabad University. So as part of that MOU, I am also here to teach students of political science. I must say that what I saw in the class and outside the class in this conference, there is a sea change in the perception of the university. I think university is going through a rebirth. I know the history, therefore I will not discuss that. But university is going through a rebirth, I call it a renaissance actually. I faced a large number of questions from my students in class, which I have not faced in the University of Hyderabad so far in my teaching career. So I was slightly surprised. Then probably there is a lot of urgent questions. So I thought there is a academic atmosphere in this place.
Thank you so much, sir. We would like to know about your journey, how you develop your interest towards political theory and governance.
I'm essentially, while I was in JNU, I developed interest in political theory. But I do not work on theory per se. I work on empirical field. I apply theory to empirical areas, studies. And I do both theory plus empirical. So part of that, I developed interest in rural development studies. So urban, rural, working class, rural development, I did work on Digapandi block. So as part of this exercise between theory and empirical, I worked on the empirical side, development side, and also theoretical aspects.
Every expert have different opinion towards sustainable development and climate change. What is in your opinion? What do you think? In your opinion, what do you mean by sustainable development?
Sustainable development basically means you should be able to sustain development. So development must be able to renew itself. As you progress, as human beings progress, achieve things by using resources of nature, we should be able to sustain them, renew them, and also help our society grow. In that sense, sustainable development, as UN Congress highlights clearly, is not simply about nature, is not simply about society, is an interaction between nature and society, where nature wins and society also wins. It's a win-win situation for both. This is called sustainable development.
In your opinion, sir, what role a political institution play in addressing issues like climate change and sustainable development?
I give one example. One issue which has been handled well by political institutions so far is the issue of carbon emissions, which used to be very high prior to the Montreal Protocol. In the Montreal Protocol, political institutions, governments and UN bodies came together and they took a call. So now we must bring it down. Then the US government actually took a unilateral call to reduce carbon emissions because most of the 70% of carbon emissions of the world came from 7 developed countries. The US realized that instead of banking on others, they should take a call, and they brought down the carbon emissions by cutting down, taking adaptive measures. As a result of this, carbon emissions have been under control since the last 30 years. Problem is carbon emissions, along with greenhouse gas emissions, they are not under control. Therefore, further institutional changes, further institutional bodies are debating what to do. And governments change, governments withdraw, governments show interest. So these conflicts are going on. And now the issue is how to tackle greenhouse gas emissions. If political institutions are not ready for it, then the world will not be able to survive.
Apart from this, what do you think, sir? What role citizens and community can take in a grassroots level to address the issue like climate change?
See, remember all these climate resources are actually are accessible by people. People all use air, water, forest. The first thing is about forest. Problem, the forest combines most of the cycles which reproduce sustainable development or sustainable nature. So, forest is an area where communities can play a great role. But unfortunately, institutions take a narrow view of the forest. They instead of forest, they are trying to develop social forest. Therefore, go for monoculture. They only plant eucalyptus. I have seen in Koraput area. When they are deforesting, they are planting eucalyptus. Forest is not about one tree. Have you seen a forest with one tree? I haven't seen any. Nobody has seen any. But now we are seeing many. Many, because of this so-called social forest. Unless we change this mindset, we will not able to reproduce nature, we will not able to care for nature. A result, we will be not cared by nature.
When we are saying about educational institutions, or we can specifically say about university, it's all about collaboration, information exchange, and agreements and research. So, what role institution can play to tackle or address the issue like environment issue?
That's a good question. First thing, as a researchers, as a teachers, we must teach environmentalism in all departments across the board, from journalism to political science to economics, sociology, and sometimes develop interdisciplinary courses so that all our students can participate. Offer elective courses to begin with, and therefore we must change our mindset. We must teach courses where our students are there. The large number of students who are interested in this issue, that is, issues are bothering them. Therefore, that's not happening usually because teachers come from pre-existing background, their specialization. They are reluctant to adopt new methods, new models. So we are prepared to write papers, but not prepared to teach. This mindset must go. You must teach and do research. Second, we should, as you teach courses related to environmentalism, we should ensure that students from across disciplines participate and they benefit. No point in teaching them as a standalone courses. We should have bridge courses, which is under new education policy. Government is interested in encouraging bridge courses, multidisciplinary courses, and that requires a lot of coordination. More often in the administrative setup in the universities, we are reluctant to coordinate with each other. We are only departmental, we do departmental coordination, not interdepartmental coordination. We are very reluctant to, must change this mindset. Remember, nature is more important than our mindsets. Therefore, there is one. Second, research program which should involve students. Now, students are doing research. Okay, some departments I have seen in Berhampur. Many students gave presentations last 2 days. Therefore, they are beginning to work on this. Therefore, encourage good research from students. Let faculty members also do research on those areas because students should be interested in working on those areas. Faculty is showing interest. Generally, that is the logic of research. Students will work on if you work, if you and me work, students will show interest in work. So we should promote teachers' research, student research. That's how we must education must contribute to educating society at large. That's my view.
You have been a part of this 3 days international conference organized by Berhampur University. What are your takeaways, sir, from this conference?
Conference is quite good. As I was chairing a session, since I was teaching in department, I didn't attend most of the. I had to prepare and go to department. But I attended. I chaired one session. I found everybody is talking about climate adaptation and mitigation strategies. When everybody talks about this, and they say that not merely the participants talked about this, but you see the world at large, governments are showing interest in mitigation strategies. Governments are showing interest in adaptation strategies. NGOs are working on this. Civil society members are working on this. Education research, as we discovered in this conference, they are all talking about adaptation strategy. And but then, where is the difference? What that made me think that it is important for us to get back to a perspective which makes nature society interaction friendly. and there should be win-win situation for nature and society. So it's not simply about adaptation strategy. Under what perspective we are trying to follow adaptation strategy, and what perspective we are following the climate change. We are asking climate change questions. The perspectival question is most important for this. So therefore, this conference, some authors also, some speakers spoke about that. This conference, in my view, is a very positive. Because see, after all, we attend a conference not with one perspective. We discover many perspectives. I discovered many perspectives in the conference. For me, this is a takeaway from this conference.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time with us and for this insightful discussion, for this wonderful discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.